Hi, conscious leaders. Happy Mindful Monday. So we're into week 2, and I really thought it was necessary to talk about some things where I feel like that it's really normal to get kind of stuck with the levels. So first, I just want to remind you that this is a rather detailed, very nuanced style of learning, and there is such huge benefit of it. It does take time to learn. As I've said to a few of you, it's like learning a new language that you never even tried before. And so it does take time, and that's why giving the simplicity of above the line, below the line is something to really just keep going back to, knowing the difference and having the awareness, remembering that being the first step of, am I above the line or am I below the line? Am I feeling catabolic energy right now? Am I experiencing catabolic thoughts right now? Or am I experiencing anabolic, right? And then in that moment, we have a choice to shift. And so one of the things that I think that also makes sense about getting stuck is understanding our own, and then what do we do when we notice people around us in certain levels. And so just to kind of go over what each one would look like is level 1, because you absolutely will encounter these people all day long. And sometimes people will resonate at a certain frequency more often than others. And sometimes you'll just see them in that state, and that can shift relatively quickly depending on the person and the trigger and so on and so forth. And so level 1 is going to be at the effect. They're going to be the victim. They're going to kind of be like, whoa, no, woe is me. I can't believe this happened again to me, or I can't really man, this always happens to me, and I feel like so stuck, and I don't know. And so that would be a level 1 energy. And a level 2 would be like, screw this, man, I'm so pissed off, and it's because of that person that I can't figure this out, and da-da-da-da-da, and if they only knew, and there is a right way, and it's my way, all those kind of things. Level 3 is going to try to rationalize things. They're just going to be able to see and to recognize they have responsibility, but remember, it's still, I win, and hopefully you do too, but either way I win. So really being aware that there's still this kind of catabolic energy, significant amount. And level 4 is going to come in as the caregiver, is going to be like, what can I do for you? How can I support you? How can I make things better? Remember, level 4 is going to want to fix things. They see things as problems. So that's why there's still a little bit of catabolic energy. That's because they really they love to be the rescuers, and they want to come to the rescue. And level 5 is the opportunist. Where's the opportunity? How can I find the opportunity? How can we grow? How can we keep going? How can we going? And that leads to paralysis by analysis, over risk taking. It also leads to very much they'll ask a lot of why questions. It's definitely looking for a win-win, but it's very much also it's very much in the head and leading from the head and not necessarily the heart. And then you move to 6, and 6 is going to be more sensing, more intuitive, more fluid, more spaciousness. And they see everything is the opportunity. There's nothing to try to figure out. There's nothing to really try to discover. Just recognizing every single moment there's an opportunity. With level 6 is that they can be perceived as aloof. Other people around them might not feel heard. They might not feel seen. They might not feel validated when they're operating from this level. Same thing with level 5. If you're operating from a very level 5 of how can we grow? How can we learn? What can we do? And we're stopping. It can also feel like the other people aren't seen. And so a lot of you are questioning, well, what do you do? How do I confront this when I see somebody in these levels? And everyone is going to be different, and every situation is going to be different, and whether this is in work or in home life or anything. But I can tell you this: the number one thing is acknowledging and validating. We cannot go down. We cannot rather pull somebody up to our level. We can't. And when we try to is when we get in our own way. So an example of that would be that imagine that you're leading a hike, and you're out in the wilderness, and somebody's on the hike that's never been on the hike before, and they're not comfortable out in the wilderness. It's not their bag, and all of a sudden you guys get lost, and you're lost, and they just start freaking out, and you're like, and they're like, oh my God, I can't believe this. I mean, I don't even know, where are we right now? I don't even have any idea. Where are we? And then you just look at them and you go, you know what? Don't worry. We're gonna be fine. It's totally fine. And in a moment when you tell somebody not to worry, what automatically happens? They worry. They feel more of what they're feeling, as opposed to, you know what? Totally get it. Makes sense that you're scared right now. This isn't your thing. This isn't your thing. Thing is, I want you to know this is my thing, and I'm confident that I got this. So in a moment, they can feel seen, they feel heard, their feelings feel acknowledged, and then they have the ability to trust you. So basically, it's you going down to them, down to their level, saying, I see you right there. It's okay, you're there. It's normal, you're there. And then I'm going to be up here, and then they have a choice. So remember, just acknowledging and validating, and that is a thing to practice. A lot of us were not taught how to acknowledge and validate, and this is something that we will be working on in our coaching sessions, and the levels and everything, above the line, below the line. This is foundational stuff, you guys. This is stuff that we're going to be going throughout this whole program, because this is essential. So I hope that helped. I really hope that helped. Feel free, definitely email me with any questions. Come to our coaching sessions with questions for sure, and have a fantastic week.